Mr. Trump, how are you again, sir?
We had a lot of fun with the book, right?
Ah, fantastic. Wonderful
and the
memory.
book was a big success, so that was great.
Well, it's great to talk to you again.
That's good.
So
Good
we were
to
at the
see you.
rally last night. Great success. We were outside, though, Mr.
something.
Trump. I don't know if you got a chance to go outside and see all the protesters.
Oh, are you there now?
We were there last night.
Right.
So,
Okay,
yeah, so
well,
not the protesters now.
Too. I'm in Burlingame, and I'm supposed to be making a speech, but I see they have a few protesters there, too. So it's called Welcome to the World, right?
Well, I saw a lot of them yesterday, had Mexican flags, right? Waving the Mexican flags. Now, if you were outside.
Maybe they're like Mexico more than the United States. I don't know.
If you were outside, face to face, with one of those protesters waving a Mexican flag, what would you say to them?
Well, I don't know if I'd be waving a Mexican flag. I think if I was outside, I'd be waving the American flag. To be honest with you, but it's a very sad situation. What's going on? You look at the border. You look at the people. We had no protesters inside. We had 31,000 people there last night, and we had no protesters. Were you inside last night?
We were, of course. We were where the Lion Media hangs out.
Oh, that's good. So you were right there, and you saw the crowd. Were you impressed? I hope you were impressed.
Full house.
It was an amazing evening. I heard they had protesters outside, but it was handled pretty well. But we didn't have one protest inside with all those people. So we loved the evening. I thought it was an amazing evening.
So one of the your supporters went outside and got all bloody and beaten up by some of the protesters. So what do you say to your supporter?
That's terrible. I heard they took his cap or something like that. He went for the cap, and they got him. That's just terrible, terrible thing. I hate to see that.
Donald, I wanted to ask you this last time we chatted too, but you worked or when you were in New York City, you worked as a developer with 5 different mayors as mayors of New York. 5 different mayors, including Dinkins, who is just incompetent, right? And you were able to do some great stuff with Koch, screwing up the city in different ways. How were you able to get along and get your way with so many different Democratic mayors?
Well, I was able to get it going, and then you had Rudy Giuliani, and you had Bloomberg. So you're right, about probably 5. And Lindsay, we even had Lindsay, who was a Republican, but he was more liberal than any Democrat. And so I probably even worked with 6. But, I just do it. I mean, I just get things done. I've always gotten things done, whether it's Democrat, Republican, doesn't matter. I go to other countries, I get things done. That's why we're going to get it done for the country. I mean, we have to get it done for the country. But we will do something special. You're going to be proud of us. You got a little glimpse of it in New York when you came to New York, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now
we're going to take care of it.
You got to give us a trick of the trade, though, right? So you're working with Mayor Dinkins, who's as far left as Hillary or Sanders. Right? He doesn't want to help you. He doesn't want you to build buildings and do great things. How did you get him to let you do stuff like that?
Well, actually, it was easy because the city was doing so poorly, and I went in for approvals for a big, big development on the west side of Manhattan, almost 6,000 units, and it's called Trump Place, and I got it approved. The reason I got it approved was because the city was doing so bad that they would have taken anything. Today, it would be very, very hard to get it approved, but I'd get it approved anyway. But it worked out to be a very, very successful job, as you know, Trump Place. It was amazing. It's been an amazing success.
Hillary the other day said that you're rich and out of touch.
Yeah, well, she's crooked Hillary. I mean, she's just crooked Hillary. Here we go with Hillary. She is a person that, if you look at what she's done in the Middle East, if you look at what she's done with her emails, if you look at what she's done over a period of time, it's been just a disaster. And she will not be a good president, and she probably will be a bad president. And certainly it's going to be another 4 years of Obama, and that's the one thing the country can't do. It can't take it. We can make America greater than ever before, but we cannot take another 4 years of Obama, which is basically Hillary.
Let me up that a little bit. So I think there's a good chance Hillary goes to jail before the nomination. What do you think?
I would say that the Democrats are protecting her. I don't know if you're right. I mean, you should be right.
Sure.
But I think she's being protected by the Democrats. I just can't believe that nothing's happened. So many people that have, been put in jail and have been very severely punished. So many people they've been so severely punished for doing much less, for doing a fraction of what she did.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe, and I hate to tell you this, but I believe she's being protected by the Democrats.
I'm with you. Let's say she does. Okay, let's say the FBI people come out and they're like, she has to be tried, and the Justice Department sees the light and all the rest. Joe Biden swoops in, takes the nomination, saves the day for the Democratic Party. And I'll be honest, Mr. Trump, the reason I bring this up is because I think Joe Biden is in some ways the Democratic Party's version of you, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the guys, relatable, speaks off the cuff, doesn't sound like a politician. What do you think if you go against Joe Biden in the general election?
It wouldn't bother me because it's another 4 years of Obama, and either of those two would be okay. And she has the advantage of the woman's card, which she plays all the time. You know, she plays it it's the only thing she's got going. But she has the advantage of, you know, she's playing that woman's card all over the place. And that's the advantage that she has over other people, and including Biden. But I think they'd be pretty equal. Both would be four more years of the Obama administration, and I just don't think people are going to take it.
No, I think everyone's sick of that. What do you think of Carly? We talked to her about an hour ago.
Right. I think she's a nice person. I think it's, you know, inappropriate for a person that's mathematically out to be picking a vice presidential candidate. I think it's ridiculous. He's mathematically out. I don't know if you know with Cruz. He can't get it. So he's picking a vice president, which is a record. I joked yesterday during a speech. I said he created a record. He's mathematically out, and yet he's picking a vice presidential candidate. So, you know, let's see what happens. But as you know, Carly didn't register on the meter at all when she left the race. She was down to 1% or 0 or something. So I think it's going to be a no factor.
Now, speaking of VPs,
now I think when I have Bobby Knight, who endorsed me yesterday, to me that's a big factor in Indiana. I haven't seen new polls. I mean, have the new polls come out yet?
I haven't seen Indiana. We're focused here on California, Donna. We got enough to worry about here.
I know, but the new polls in Indiana I haven't seen. But when we have Bobby Knight,
well, that's pretty good.
To me, that's in Indiana. That's, you know, that I think is a great endorsement.
Now, speaking of VPs, I've made a prediction a while back, Mr. Trump. I made it on Fox News, and it was out there, and they laughed at me, and I want you to help me make it come true. I predicted that you would pick as your VP Mark Cuban.
Well, I like Mark. You know, Mark has been very, very supportive of me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Pick. Did you know that? He's been very, very supportive, actually. It's been great. He just sent me a note, actually.
How about
hey, look, I get along with a lot of great business guys. Mark's a great business guy, and he's a good guy. And he works hard at that team, and he does a good job with it. But, you know, I'll make the decision. I want to knock off the final two. We have two people I have to win. And after we you know, get full victory, I'll be thinking about vice president. Right now, it's a little bit too soon.
All right, I know you got to run. I got a few more quick questions here.
did.
So Carly mentioned that you got the endorsement of Mike Tyson, a rapist, trying to associate you with that side of him. What do you say to that?
Well, a lot of guys have endorsed me. A lot of people. I noticed that Mike Tyson endorsed me over the internet, and we will take the endorsement. Look, he's a tough cookie. He had difficulty, but a lot of people had difficulty. But Mike Tyson did endorse me. And what does she want me to do? Tell him I don't want his endorsement? Should I do that? Do you think I should do that? I don't think so.
I'd be hesitant.
I really know nothing about it other than I heard Mike Tyson endorse me.
So Senator Cory Gardner, right, senator from Colorado, he said if Donald Trump can't figure out the Colorado GOP delegate process, how are you going to deal with Putin? How are you going to balance the budget?
Because it's a crooked process. Mm-hmm. It's a totally rigged process. It's a crooked process. They took the vote away. I have 1,001 vote right now. I'm going to make it easily in the first ballot. They took the vote away from the people in Colorado. The people in Colorado are out there demonstrating all the time. What happened to those people are very angry out there. They did the same thing with Wyoming. And Cruz is going around trying to suck up all the delegates. He's got guys all over the place, taking people out to dinner, bringing them to hotel rooms, et cetera, et cetera. And I don't play that game because I'm going to win in the first ballot. I don't know if you know, but I've won. There's nothing they can do in the first ballot.
Yeah.
Anything he gets is beyond that. But he can't get it anywhere. And I'll tell you what, number one, nobody likes him. You look at the guy, nobody can stand the guy. But perhaps more importantly, I will be leading him by more than 5 million votes and by 500 delegates. So how do you because somebody took people to dinner, how do you give a guy on the second ballot a nomination when somebody else has 5 million more votes and 500 delegates more.
Are
you
you
understand? Right?
I'm with you. No, I'm right with you. Are you going to give people trips to Mar-a-Lago and all the rest to get their vote?
Well, I could. I mean, nobody has the toys they have, but I just don't like it. I mean, you're buying the election. Frankly, I think it should be illegal. You do that stuff, I think it should be illegal. They're buying the delegates. So, we'll see what happens.
Irwin Jacobs, head of Qualcomm, which is our big company here in San Diego, big Hillary fan, loves Hillary and loves the H-1B visa, Donald, right? And has abused it. Has fired Americans, replaced it with foreign workers. What do you say to Irwin Jacobs?
Well, I don't know about it. I don't know at all, but I don't want anything abused, and I want to use American workers. And you know that about me better than anybody, but I want to use American workers, and that's what we're going to be doing.
Last question for you. I know you got to go give a speech.
I do.
When are you going to build a building here in San Diego? What's the holdup, Donald?
I tell you what, I love San Diego. I've been there so many times. I have friends there all over the place. I love it, and you're going to be seeing a lot of me. I'll probably speak to you maybe in 2 weeks because I'll be here campaigning. I'll be campaigning in the state of California. But I love San Diego, and it's just a great place.
We got a lot of great real estate here, Donald. We got great real estate right on the water. You can do something big here.
Maybe I'll buy some while I'm there.
I could use a big.
I'm here right now. I'm actually I'm in California right now, but I'll be there. In 2 weeks, I'll be there working very hard to win the state of California.
Okay, can we hang out again when you're in town again?
100%. We'll make another call at least. Okay?
Donald, appreciate you, sir.
All right, man.
Have a fantastic day.
I appreciate it.
Thanks, Donald. There you have it. There's Donald Trump. There he goes.